Hi guys, Spiritual Girl here. So, aliens. I have a different page too, just my personal page. Well, it's my author page. But I shared this a while ago on that other page, so I think I'll share it here. It might be appropriate since we're talking about aliens now, and the government has decided to go ahead and start to piecemeal the information to us about aliens. So, I've never been abducted, not that I know of. But my mother and my aunt, when they were younger, they have a shared abduction story. So it's probably why I have an affinity towards aliens, because they've had some work done on them. And my mom has been abducted a few times that she knows of. And it's kind of, I'll try to get her to talk about her story on camera. I'm not sure if she will or not. But next week is Thanksgiving. So I'll ask her to share that. It is a very interesting story. I'm not going to share it because it is her story to tell. All I can say is that she doesn't talk about it much. And it scares her when she does, because as she's talking about it, all those feelings come up. I just had an idea. Maybe I'll try to regress her and see if we can regress her and remove her emotions, so that she can talk about it. We'll see. We'll see how she feels about that. But anyway, so her stories are, I think it's the aliens with her are the same, like the grays that everyone talks about. I believe that's who she describes them, but I'll figure that out. I don't want to misquote her. But mine does not have to deal with them. Okay, so picture it. I was a senior in high school. I had took over my mom's our basement. So I had this nice setup in the basement. I went to the secondhand store, got these really big, thick red curtains, and like sectioned off this section of the basement that I had in my room. It was I'd still think about that. It was a very nice room. It was nice and huge, and I had a couch in there, entertainment center, library. It was just my room that I took over. So in high school, I think it was like the last half of high school, the second semester, now that I am trying to remember it. So I was sleeping, and in the room also was my niece, and she was, I don't know, maybe like 4-ish or something like that. I don't believe she was 5 yet, but young, and she was asleep on the couch that I had in my room. So I was sleeping. I don't know if I would, now that I don't know if I was sleeping. I want to say yes. My eyes were closed. I'll just say that. My eyes were closed. And I felt something watching me. So my niece was, my bed, I'm laying in the bed. My niece was to the couch this way. But I felt something this way watching me. So I turned my head and I opened my eyes. As soon as I opened my eyes, there was standing right on the edge of my bed, like right here, was an alien. So it was maybe about 3 feet tall. It looked like a dragon, which is weird because if you see the videos before that, I'm just now correlating that. It's all about a dragon that I regressed, did a past life regression with a client and we saw this dragon. But not the same dragon, but I'm just noting that's kind of weird, this correlation. But a dragon. So this 3 foot tall dragon, fat dragon, kind of cartoonish, like this big belly. You can see my belly. I'm doing this big belly. And in the middle of his belly was a jewel, and it was emerald, a ruby or something. A ruby. I would say a ruby because it was reddish. A ruby in the middle of his belly, and across his waist he had on a like a utility belt, and in the utility belt he had, the only thing I can describe it is like a gavel, you know, like the judges use to like bring the court to order, was there. And so he was watching me, and I could not, I don't think I moved my head now that I think of it, because I could not move. I was just staring at him. I could not move. I could not scream. I couldn't do anything. I just saw him. And when he blinked, there were two eyelids. The first eyelid was, what do you call it? It was transparent. And then he blinked the second, but he didn't blink like this. It was like the sides. His blinks were like this for some strange reason. So he was staring at me, and I just was freaking out. Like, I was freaking out that this alien was right here. I started to, like, in my head, try to pray, and telepathically, he was getting upset. Not upset that I was praying, but upset, like, why would you, like, that's not going to make me go away. And so he heard my prayer, and so he was like, why? Like, that's not going to make me go away. And so I stopped praying. And so I'm just like, was freaking out. I don't know what have you. I don't know how long this lasted or anything. But then, so again, I just think it was just us. He was doing whatever he needed to do to me, and I was just freaking out about it. But then the next memory I have was that he took off his gavel, and he like, boom, and he hit me right here. And like, I felt it, and it felt so, it hurt. It was like, bam. And like, it was just like spread across my head. I blinked again, and he was gone. So I rolled out of bed, and I ran up the basement stairs. My mom and her boyfriend or husband at the time, I think her boyfriend at the time, were in the living room right above me. Ran to them. I'm screaming, I'm crying. I'm like, there is an alien downstairs in the basement. And my mom was like, where's Bricklin? My niece. And I'm like, I guess still down there with them. It was like every man for himself. So she, of course, ran downstairs to get her grandchild. So she ran downstairs and got her grandchild, and I was freaking out. I did not sleep in the basement again for a while, not just maybe a couple of weeks, because then I had to just go sleep with my little sister, and I didn't stay with her long, but I was like, okay, the aliens got to be better than sleeping up here with the commoners. So then I eventually went back down to the basement, but this is a story. It did happen then, and it wasn't a story I kept to myself. The very next day at school, my little sister told everybody at school that I saw aliens. She was like, yeah, she saw alien last night. So everybody in school was coming up and asking me about this alien that I saw. So it's a story that I've told, and I'm not ashamed of telling. So yeah, so that was my time and I have not seen him since that I know of. I don't think I was supposed to like wake up, honestly. So it could have happened numerous times, but that time for some reason there was a glitch, and I woke up during it. That's the feeling I got. But so I have an affinity towards seeing things. I've, psychic, medium, empath, past life regression. I'm just open. They all come to me, so I'm not stressed out about that. But what does stress me out is I can't look at the sky. Like, I'm looking at the sky now. It's I can't see anything. It's very cloudy out. This is fine to me, but at night, I do not look at the sky at night. I mean, I might look up, and because I see things, I see a lot of things, and I just don't like seeing it. So I haven't really looked at the sky since I was 20. Because I see things that are moving, things that are zigzagging around, and I know that those are not of this world, and I just don't know when they're gonna come into this world. So yeah, that's my alien story.